Hello everyone and welcome back to Pitzling, our vanilla build guide for Cities Skylines on console and anyone playing vanilla on PC as well. As the day is starting and the sun is coming up, the hive of activity right here in the industrial area that we built last time is going according to our plan. You see all these movement tracks moving our first materials into our processing areas. So yeah, we built this open mine right here with all the extractions of our ore materials with storage, and also down here some of our processing and a unique factory as well. On the other side of the train track and the highway, we finalized the row home district right here, added some utilities and parks, and upgraded our transportation network and added our low density zone as well. So for this episode, we're going to be continuing satisfying the residential demand a little bit, the commercial demand as well, and we're going to be tackling some big infrastructure project uh, to connect all our main roads together. But before we jump into that, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment. I'm really happy with all the feedback I'm getting, and I'm gonna keep pushing episodes. The more you give me, the more you're gonna see this guide going on. So without further ado, let's start the episode. So let's discuss quickly what we're going to be doing this episode, and then we're going to be starting our build. So first, one of the main things I want is to connect this highway over here with our main highway right here. And this will help traffic coming from this industrial area connecting directly to the highway system without having to go through our city. Also, I'm going to keep expanding on this area. We have quite a bit of residential and commercial demand. In this corner, I'm going to have a mall area with some commercial, and I'm going to continue expanding our on the low residential mixed with a high school right here, since we do have some demand for the high school. Um, Talking about the big infrastructure, once we do our big interchange here, I'm gonna get this all the infrastructure ready right here, because eventually I'm gonna have a regional airport right in this big open field. So I want the infrastructure to be ready once I'm ready to do that one. And I think it's gonna be for next episode when we're gonna be building our airport. Once the infrastructure is ready here, we're gonna start expanding our residential and more commercial, more of a rural feel towards the end here, and maybe a little bit more here if we have time for the episode. I think the first thing we're gonna be doing is starting our big infrastructure project. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna remove all this tree and get the area ready. So I'm gonna do this off camera, and then we're gonna get back and start on that project. So now that our area is ready, without trees, we're gonna start the big infrastructure project. And before that, since you remember, I wanted to have a big, not a big, but a regional airport in this area, and connect a lot of our network around here. I'm gonna have a big roundabout to be the entrance to the airport, as well as connecting multiple road networks here. For that, I'm gonna go with a bigger. Roundabout, and since I'm going to be doing a lot of changes to our network, I'm going to pause the game for now. I have enough money to cover the investment, so if you don't, maybe keep the game going and only pause when you need to change, remove some roads that are used. But since I have enough money to cover it, I'm going to go ahead and pause it for now. I'm going to choose our dirt roads, and I think it's the best option for now. And from here, let's make sure that we're in the lowest elevation point. I'm just going to go 2 out from this point here, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And since I want a big roundabout, I'm gonna go with a 10 by 10 half circle on this side, and same thing on the other side. Remember, for counting, once you go 5 units, you can see the line that will appear. It means we're at 5, and then 10 is right at the line. From here, I'm gonna raise the ground to this level, and for that, just use the bridge as your guide. We can increase the strength a little bit. Just go until you hit the bridge, and it should start flattening. Then use your level tool, and I'm just gonna give enough space so our roundabout can sit on it properly. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Just give enough space. I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to go too much into the river because I want to save it. I don't want to change the course of the river too much. I'm I'm gonna be putting some keys around this area just to support the bridges and make it look a little bit more realistic. Whenever there's big infrastructure, usually uh, the river banks are more supported. Let's count here how many lines we have because I'm looking to be at 12. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher with 2 more. And then I'm gonna take this one and let's flatten this area. And then I think from here we have the 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. 12 is usually the sweet spot that I look for. I'm just gonna bring all this area here to 12. Again, making sure I have enough space for my roundabout, or the half circle on this side at least. So to cross, I need a 12 count. Why am I using the 12 count? Because 12 count is the longest span of a bridge you can have without needing pillars. I will be showing you a trick later on, but let's count. We have 11, 12. So 12 is sitting right here. So from here, let's count again. 12, perfect. Then I'm gonna go from this point by 10. I need the 10, not the... To make it easy, I'm just gonna turn off the road guidelines now because I don't need it. I'm gonna go 10, and I'm gonna go 10 here. Let's take our curved road. So it's gonna be a 10 by 10, a perfect semicircle. And then here, let's just check if we did not do anything weird with the height because I want it to be the same one. Yeah, it looks like a little bit higher here, so I'm just gonna remove this section for now. I'm gonna choose this height. I'm gonna push this a little bit out. And then I'm gonna take our back to dirt roads curve 10 by 10. Yeah, now it looks better. I'm gonna do the same thing on this other side. So to start, I'm gonna bring it to the same height by just choosing this height right here and bringing this one by those 2 lines. As you can see, it's happening directly. I'm gonna go a little bit bigger here because I'm not worried about the space. Also, if you change your landscape and then go back and change it back, if it's paused, you get a refund because it thinks you just did a mistake. If you play the game, then you still have to pay for it. So this is another trick that if you're struggling with money, if you want to do changes and go back, pause the game, do the changes and finalize it and then play again. If you prefer not to waste too much money, because you do get a refund once you go back to some of those earlier elevations than before. We're going to go to the road guideline. I'm going to make sure I'm at 12. So I think 12 was here. Let's just... No, actually, 12 was here. Let's just try it. We have 10, 11, 12, perfect. 10 here. 10 here. And let's use our curve to make the semicircle. Actually, since I'm gonna be let's just do it right now so we know exactly how much space we're gonna be having. Most of this will be a two lane anyway for lane mathematic eventually, so I'm gonna do it right now, and this gives us a little bit more space to play with. So to connect these two sides, usually you can do it. I'm gonna use these, yeah. If you go right here, it will not connect because it will want to have a pillar. So it's possible to use a pillar in this instance if you want. Um, like right here, for example, and then from there you connect. But in this case, I don't want to use pillars. I want a straight bridge. And as you might remember, I already went over this trick on how to do it. So we're just gonna remove this, we're gonna connect it right back in, and we're gonna take our landscaping tool and we're gonna go a little bit deeper right here and right here to kind of trick the game into thinking it's a valley. And now we can go to our road and choose this one, and when we connect, it will automatically make it a bridge without any pillars. This is all. The furthest you can do is 12 units. That's why we did 12 in between. So we're gonna put a bridge here. We're gonna connect these with a bridge as well without any pillars. We're gonna go back to our landscaping tool. We're gonna take the height where the highway was sitting, and we're gonna sorry, I pushed a bit too much there, but we'll rectify it, no problem. Just make sure we push here really against this first. Let's rectify this one as well. And let it here too. Then I'm gonna go to our highways. It was two lane, curved. We need the guidelines. And once we hit the guideline, we can connect back here and have like this nice curve. I think this one, yeah, it looks perfectly smooth curve. Perfect. So now we have our roundabout ready. What I'm going to be doing is finalizing the rest of the network. For that, I'm not going to do a commentary. I'm going to go into a fast time lapse to connect everything, and you can see what I'm doing, and we're also going to discuss everything afterwards and see how this whole thing is coming together. So enjoy this fast time lapse and let's discuss it afterwards. So, okay, to start, I just want to make sure that all my lanes are only two lanes to respect the lane mathematic. Then I just draw these new lanes on this side and connect them with a gentle um, entry into the main highway. I want to make sure that my highway connects in the right spot. So I made sure this area is elevated, and I want it to line up this road right here so it matches where the highway is going to be coming in. I struggled a bit here with the height and how it's going. I use the airport because sometimes you can get these perfect um, flat areas, but just went back and did it with our landscaping tool. And then I just redraw those straight lines to make sure they're going to match with the highway once it comes. I draw one for both ways, and then from there, I just planned where my lanes will be merging. Again, I use this technique to measure and merge them nicely. I know from here there will be another merging lane, so I just calculated where it's going to be and try to merge it as nicely as possible into this lane, and then I just change it up back to 4 lane and 2 lane to respect lane mathematic. Using this landscaping tool, just making sure I have that really smooth hill going down and using directly the highway ramps using this. The way why I use highway ramps directly and not doing it with the dirt roads is when you upgrade, it will mess up the nodes sometimes and you will have these bumps in the road. But if you do it directly, then it's fine. I did the same thing on the other side, and here I want one to go into a tunnel. What I use sometimes is this technique where I go a little bit lower with my terrain, and then I try to get the tunnel to look like it's actually going into the slope instead of going down. And you're going to see the effect it gives a little bit down in the video. I struggled here a bit to make it sure it's nice slope going up, so I had to redo it multiple times. Again, don't be afraid to try. Trial and error is my motto, so I try multiple times until I get the perfect thing. And if you're not happy with it, it's fine, delete it and redraw it again. For this instance, I had to practically remove this and go from 0, making sure I respect my slope, and finally a nice curve connecting it, and then it worked perfectly. Making sure all our ways are going the right way. I don't know why I started doing some landscaping right now, because it's going to be happening later on in the game. Here to connect the roundabout, I used a straight line as a guide, and then I connected it. And from here, I just used my slope tool again, extended this right here, go into slope tool, and making sure I have a really gentle slope going down and connecting it directly again using the ramps. I forgot to do the ramp directly, so I upgraded it, but you're going to see I'm going to delete it again and redo it because I was not happy with how the curve looked. But yeah, again, trial and error. I look, if I'm not happy, I go back and redo it again. I'm going to use the same technique here where I'm going to have a little bit of a terrain difference to have my tunnel going into the terrain itself and not going down, and just gives it a little bit more of a nicer realistic look other than going straight down with a really steep slope. I don't like that personally. It's just a preference, but yeah, this is a technique I use, so if you're want to try it out, try it out. It's a really nice, see how it looks. It looks way nicer than going below directly. Making sure I switch all my dirt roads to highways and ramps. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, draw one straight line to use it as my guide. I like these smooth entries into the roundabout instead of going straight, because cars don't have to stop and then turn, so it speeds up the process a bit. Extended this one, our outside lane, and I wanted to make sure I can connect it up to the one in the highway, so I just added one more, and then because I'm gonna have a tunnel for one, and then using my slope tool to nicely have a gentle slope and going back to my highway ramps and just connecting the whole thing and changing it again, making sure it's the right one. On the other side, I just upgraded all this to 1 and 2 lanes to separate a little bit of traffic, and from here on using my landscaping to create a ledge and using the same technique with our tunnels going a little bit into the hill, so it does not look like it's going very steep down. I try sometimes to do a little bit of landscaping while I'm at it, but yeah. For this side, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be connecting this main highway coming from our farming area to this roundabouts, so people can exit directly onto this side and not put as much pressure on my other area. I draw frames using dirt roads just so I can measure and make sure everything looks nice and perfect. Again, as you can see, I have like trial and error until I get exactly what I'm looking for. I try to measure these and have it slowly go into the roundabouts to have these smooth entrance and exits. Then from here, I want to be splitting the traffic into 2 ways, so people that are going into the roundabout and people that will be going into directly into the highway. For now, I'm just going to connect all of these, trying my best to make everything look smooth with my turns and our slope, and just upgrading everything. Again, when you're doing slopes, just go directly with the road you're going to be ending up with. Because if you have a nice slope with one road and then you upgrade it, those nodes are going to be flat and you're going to have bumps in the road. So yeah, for example, for this I struggled with it a bit, but at the end the easiest one was just to take the road directly from the top and just go down directly just like this, and it looks nice. From both sides, I was gonna add some tunnels to connect the way directly onto the highway. So same technique as before. I just use going into the slope gently until I have my tunnel looking nice, and just connecting it to the main junction right here. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to be doing using our slope to use these nice tunnel on both sides and connecting it eventually to our tunnels on the other side. I know some people don't like to use tunnels and prefer to only use overpasses and sunken roads. But to be honest, the tunnels, they do look nice if they're used properly and not too much. And also, they kind of declutter the visual impacts of your highways because you don't really see them and they're hidden here in the even in the tunnel. If we're not able to see it, I'm still trying to make it look nice and smooth without having any kinks in the road. And once that's connected, I'm gonna be adding one more tunnel that needs to be connected to the other side. And for this one, I was gonna create a ledge and have it done, but I actually decided to go a little bit lower just to be a little bit more realistic, because if you think about it, this tunnel should be lower than the one on the other side. So I just lowered the slope right here. I used my highway ramps to create the tunnel, and once I have the one looking uh, the way I wanted it, I connected back. From here, I'm just going to connect it back into the highway, and using our landscaping tools, I'm just going to have a really nice slope. And from there, I'm going to connect these two, and perfect. Tightening everything, making sure it's tight. Again, I'm spending way too much time landscaping. Even if I know I'm going to be doing it during our landscaping time lapse, even not in this episode actually. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to be building this tunnel right here. I'm going to connect it to the road first, and then from here just going inside nice without having a very steep slope. From here, connecting it to the other side, so making sure all our roads are connected. And then we have this one that needs to connect to here as well. It needs to be a little bit lower, so I have to go down one, and then once I clear it, go up and connect. Um, I had to play with it a little bit to have a nice transition, but it did work out at the end. So now we have most of our roads connected except this one. Let's connect it lastly, and then we'll move to the next task, which will be adding the last exit that we need. From here on, I want to connect the one way using an overpass. I tried multiple times with different ideas and different ways of doing it, and I thought the best way is to start slow. So what I do is I just use my free form and make sure I'm at 180 with the existing road, and slowly start increasing that height until I get the perfect height I need, and making sure that all my transitions are smooth and perfect. So here you can see there was a little bit of a difference, so I had to go back and match it with a curve, making sure it's at 90 degrees, and it connects perfectly right here. Looks nice, smooth going up. One last thing now is we have to connect our highway right here. And to do that on this side, I wanted to connect the highway and the road that I have on this side at the same time. So I came up with a little bit of an idea to do that. First, I'm going to create my curves using the same technique, draw a line, and just curve it slowly into the roundabout until it hits. Then from here, I'm going to add the exit that I need, just leaving some space there, and from there just taking the curve road, and now we know exactly where the road is going to come up. I'm gonna take my landscaping tool to raise the ground to the same level right here, so my road can continue on both sides. And because from here I'm gonna connect it to the existing road going in this way, so I'm just gonna make sure, because we had it sloped, so it's fine, we're gonna keep the same slope right here, taking our two-way road and just connecting them and having a nice curve here. As you might remember, I want to connect this road as well at the same time. So what I'm going to be doing is going to create a junction right here with two ramps going into the highway. And then from here, I want to connect it up to the roundabout. So I took the same height of our roundabout. And from there, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be taking our slope and gently bringing it down and matching the height with curves and matching the lines that we have right here. So we have this nice sloped way. For the people coming out of the highway, I want them to be able to join this. I struggle with it. I had like a lot of ideas. At the end, I think I was happy with this one, but we'll be changing it in the future. But for now, this is how it looked at the end, and just making sure everything is connected. And once I connect, making sure all our arrows are in the same direction, pointing the same way. Now going back and having to connect the main highway to our industrial area highway. For that, I just want to make sure the height here is the same, and I'm going to be taking our two-lane highway. I don't want to have a bridge. I just want the how do you say, the viaduct, and making sure that I'm using the water to help me get the same height throughout. It's very hard to do that on the water. You just have to be patient. When you're flat land, it's very easy, but when you're in the water, it can be finicky, and those heights can jump really fast. So I made sure I try multiple times until the height is perfect and both highways are going at the same height, because in reality, this is what happens usually. From here, go a little bit into the land, a little bit lower than the water itself, but since we're closer to the ground, it should be fine. I went to the other side just to make sure I nicely lower our highway in over the train tracks and crossing them to go and meet with our highway on the other side. Again, I struggled here a little bit with trying to match the same, and I just gave up and they went and did it from the other side. So I just draw a straight line and then use our curve tool to nicely join both highways, and now we have one side done and we just have to do the other side. So making sure we respect our length and just gently follow our um, heights and curves, and nicely using the tools that we have with the guidelines and all everything to make sure the highway is nicely curved and nicely joined without any kinks or changes in height or changes in curvature. Below the roundabout, I extended the two-way system below here because I want to build a bridge crossing over to the other side. And this is how people will be coming from this side of the city into this main roundabout. Before I did the bridge, I wanted to have a retention wall just to make sure that water does not overflow on my road. Then using the content creator pack of bridges and piers, which is a really good content creator content creator pack. I use this one with the 4-lane American bridge, which looks really nice, and then just switching it back to the viaduct to go down. The last thing I wanted is to add roundabout around this area. So to do that, I usually use my dirt roads. Here I'm gonna be doing a 6x6, so going by 12 and using the 6x6 cross and just having a nice roundabout. And I'm gonna keep the cross in to keep the roundabout intact and not losing it. Then I just needed to connect my highway right here with this roundabout, so people coming can connect into the airport, because as you remember, this is a way faster, it's a faster way for them to connect to the airport. I struggled a little bit with finding the best way of doing it, so I ended up just removing the highway, connecting this one first, then redrawing the highway. These corners were too heavy, so I had to just go in one go, and it actually worked. It's a little bit of a twist, but I think it looks good at the end. The the slopes are nice. All the turns are not too harsh, so I was happy with it at the end. One more connection, same thing on this side. I just needed to connect this one. It was a trial and error until I got the perfect location, then gently sloped it down and try to emulate the other side and connect it to the highway, making sure all arrows and ways are the right one, and then finally upgrading our roundabout to our three lane one way. And once it's done, removing the cross and making sure all our red lights are off. And then finally, we can upgrade our main big roundabout right here, and removing all these um, braces and making sure it's done. Here we are. So we finally finished this big infrastructure project. But before I press play, I have three things I want to finish up first. Actually, four things, and then we'll discuss quickly what we've done and continue the game. First is right here. Actually, these two sides, they're not properly symmetrical, and it really bothers me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I have the same thing on both sides. So I'm just gonna use my dirt roads to let's remove the guidelines because I want the measurements. So I'm gonna go 64 and then I'm gonna go up 128. Same thing, 64 meters. And then one was it 128? Yeah. Then I'm gonna delete both these here. I'll delete this and this for now. And I'm gonna go to our right here. First, let's do some landscaping so I can push the terrain a little bit. So this is the height I'm looking for. I'm just gonna push this one a little bit here, and from here, maybe not that much. Perfect, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna take this height, and then I'm gonna take this height and push this one a little bit here. So from this here, I'm gonna go take our these ones and at 5 degrees, I think. And I'm gonna take it from here for that 128 point that we had. And I'm just gonna go straight actually until I hit and then go into the tunnel. And if you can see here, I'm like at 0 degree and this will be 5. I just want the tunnel to look nice, so I think I'm gonna just go for 9 counts. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna take it from here. So again, this is 0, 5 degrees, and only 9 counts. And you can see they're both symmetrical on both sides. And what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna take our freedom, and I'm gonna take this one all the way at 80 until maybe a little bit more to hit here. Maybe I have to go a little bit more straight first. So I'm gonna go, let's go back to 90 degrees for now. 5. Let's check if 5 works. Still giving me. Then let's go from here. 25 does not work. 40. Maybe I'm gonna use that curved. Sorry. I'm gonna use the curved. I'm gonna go to road guidelines. And from here, still 48. Okay, 48 works. Gonna do the same thing here. I went with the straight. I went down with 5. Perfect. Then I'm gonna take my curved until I hit here. Was it 48? And then let's switch the directions, and we have a symmetrical one right here. Right, looks nicer. Now we can just remove these, and they have to connect back the tunnels. So let's go. I'm just gonna connect it straight here. Freeform. Make sure I'm the right direction. And here, freeform. Sure. Okay. Okay, looks better now. So I'm happy with it. Second thing, before there is a train line that we need to make sure to cross. So this one, I want it to cross around this area here. Let's make sure we have our lowest elevation step. I'm going to turn off everything for now. And I'm just going to try to position 3. Position it right in the middle here so I can cross right there towards where my airport is going to be. I'm going to make sure it's very centered between this. If we go here, it's nicely done, but I want to go a little bit at an angle. So I'm going to go as much as I can until it let me cross on that angle. I think this is the max. And from here, actually, I'm going to use the freeform. I'm going to go to 5. Make sure I'm at 180. As much as possible. It's hitting there. Can I get a little bit more? No, it wants to. This is too much, so yeah, I have to do it here. Come on. Okay, and from here I can continue to our airport station. Eventually, I will connect it with this train line once I work on this area, but this is for another time. The other thing, before I click play, so let's quickly check on our traffic. So around now we have 91% of traffic. As you can see, we have a lot of traffic right here, and it's because it's the only option for all of this industrial area to come into the highway. Now we have another option, but we have to make this option more attractive to our riders. We have this other option that it's not being used as much, and that's why this is the most interesting option for the traffic. Most of it because I have a high speed highway right here, which even if it's full with traffic for the AI, it still thinks it's the fastest one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slow down this section. So traffic from this area will prefer to go that way and push the traffic to the other sides as well. So for that, what I'm going to be doing, I know it's not going to look as good as this country highway, but this is what we have to do. I'm going to choose our 3-way, 3-lane regular road right here, and I'm just gonna upgrade, and it will keep the same. I might have to do a little bit more landscaping, but I'll do it later on. And you can see it's keeping the same turning lane and everything that I chose at the beginning, which is exactly what I wanted here as well. Actually, I think I'm gonna make this one a dedicated turn. Perfect. Also, I would like to connect these, so let's do it right now while we're at it. Let's just remove these trees from here. Okay. Let's make the topography a little bit more forgiving because I want to tunnel this one underneath this hill eventually. But for now, I'm just gonna make it like this. I'm gonna take this road. Was it a 3-lane split highway? Just make sure it's 180. I know it's temporary, but I still want it to look good. And from here, 180, I'm just going to connect it to here for now. So now we have this option for tracks, this option. I'm going to keep an eye on this junction. It might get a little bit busy because we have all these roads coming together. Also, I noticed there is a lot of traffic here. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to make this one way instead of traffic coming in. It's only to enter. Make sure it's the right direction. And also, I want to connect this back into the highway somehow. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making this one as a proper bridge without the pillar. And to do that, I'm going to redo the bike lane as well. Remember that trick that we talked about earlier? We used it in our bridge building. If you watch the time lapse, is taking making a valley, so we don't need. Let's just go. Yeah. Now we can take our highway again that we were using. I think we're just using the bidirectional regular highway. Yeah. And then we'll just connect. And here we have just a perfect bridge without the pillar. Then let's go back to our landscaping tool. Bring this back to the height right here. Connect our train line back. And then from here, I'm gonna have a one-way road system. I might change it later on, but for now, this is what we're gonna be doing. To here, and from here, going into a tunnel. Uh, freedom, the tunnel to turn around here. This I will change later on, but for now, I'm just gonna keep it like this. We have to connect back our bike path, so let's do it quickly. Sorry, right here. So I'm gonna be starting from here, going, trying just to hug this area a little bit. And from here, I will try to bridge it. Perfect. From here, let's bridge. Why is it not connecting? I think I need the guidelines so they, oh, something is not going right. So I'm gonna delete this for now. Let's go straight to here. And from here, curved. I'm gonna meet with this one. Let's make sure we're at 90 degrees. Okay. Now this one is completed. Actually looks better than before. I prefer this. I'm going straight. Last thing last is this area right here. I'm gonna be building my mall. For that, let's take these roads right here. I'm gonna be starting right here. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time, space. Let's go straight, and I just want maybe to. I need the road lengths because I want a proper, sorry, 90 degrees and road length because I want a proper count right here. So maybe I'm gonna go 10 for now and maybe add, and let's turn off the guidelines so I can add two more. And here, maybe two more here. Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna go this much. I'm gonna take our 2-lane road and I'm gonna just keep 4 units and let's go to here. And then this one is gonna connect here. This one eventually will go below this. So I'm just gonna take this height and push the river a little bit to the edge without encroaching too much on the river because I don't want to take away from it. And let's check how this will work. So this is going to be upgraded eventually. I just want to make sure. Perfect. And from here, let's take the curve. Maybe I'll start from this one. Perfect. Now that's connected. And the last one is going to be right here. So I'm going to go hit. Oh, no. Curve. Is that straight? Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. The last thing I need to do is our tram. I would like to have a tram stop right here, and this will be the end of the line. I'm gonna use my one-way tram network, and I'm gonna go from here. Maybe let's to here. Let's remove these road guidelines. They're annoying sometimes. Maybe from here. Okay. Also, the other thing quickly I would like to do is I want a tunnel going to the other side to give one more option to cross this way instead of all the traffic having to take this one, having another option right here for people. So I'm gonna go from here. I'm just gonna go free form. I'm gonna turn off everything so I have liberty to do it. So just gonna go and I'm gonna as, as just make it as long as possible. And I think this is a perfect position right here. Come on up. Perfect. Let's remove quickly the lights here. We don't have any lights. No, oh, there are lights here. Let's remove them. Perfect. Let's connect quickly the tram network. And once we have our tram network, actually, we're good. I'm gonna use the road guidelines just to go here a little bit. And from here, let's use our freeform, remove the guidelines. 180 to here, and then I'm gonna take the curve. Now I need the road guidelines with a full 90 so it does not. And from here, let's use the freeform. Maybe I'm gonna use that curve. Let's see if we can go straight. Perfect. And this will be our tram loop. And from here, let's use the curve one again. And then we'll upgrade this one to a two-way. Perfect. And now we have this tram loop where it can loops back into itself. Now most of the big infrastructure is connected, so I can actually press play now and let's develop this area. As you remember, I wanted to have a mall right here to satisfy some of our demand and add a little bit more residential. So let's finish our network. I would like to keep this road going right here, kind of following the river itself. So I'm gonna take, which road are we using here? It's the double one, right? With four ways. No, sorry. This one. Go back to 5. And then from here, I would like to connect it right to this one. But let's go 90. This is when having the 90 locked is nice. Okay. A little bit too much. Let's see if this one work better. Yeah. Yeah, that's a smooth transition. And from here, I'm gonna connect going a little bit at 90 degrees. I think up to here. And from here, let's take the curve and I'm gonna go from this point to this point. Then from here, let's see if we can do a straight. We need the length, yeah. Okay, that's nice. Actually, I don't know why I'm using those rows. I think just using the regular rows here will be better. Okay, let's add a little bit more frames here because we want to have a suburban area right here. So we're gonna take it straight down. Perfect. And we'll come back to this area. First, let's add, actually, I forgot to add a post office right here. So let's go to our post office. I'm just going to put it right here in this corner. It looks really nice with this connected to it with the back. And also I'm going to add a commercial area here and hopefully this will all connect together. For this area, since I'm going to be going with our mall, so I'm just going to paint it and I'm going to have some of our King Leno malls from the content creator pack. Let's go in here. I'll change the name later on and just choose shopping malls. Perfect. And to bring a little bit more traffic, I also want to use one of our unique buildings from the shopping mall DLC, which is this strip mall. It looks really nice. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put one path down here. Let's go to grid. And to finish it up, I'm going to put another. Perfect. And to finish it up, I'm going to use our right here, and eventually I'll add some of the uh, props just to make it look like it's the back of a, sh a shopping area with some recycling bins and whatnot. I'll do that during our time lapse, but I'll just give you an idea of what it's going to be looking like. And also, I think I'm going to add a parking from our modern back parking. Maybe this. Let's see where the doors are. Maybe this one and this one, so we don't block that door. Perfect. And add a little bit more stuff around here. And then let's go add. Maybe I'm gonna start with a 4x4, a 3x3 right here, a 2x2 right here, and let's see what comes up. Then we need electricity. For now, let's just run this. Also, let's work on our train station. So to make it look nice, what I'm going to be using, first I'm going to be using this red amusement park path. It looks really nice. It looks like it's supposed to be as a bus stop or a tram stop with the color and the seats and everything. And just to make sure these are actually connected, I'm going to go to freedom, turn everything off here. And I'm just going to go and make sure I'm almost touching this so people can walk. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, just as close as possible until it's hugging. And eventually, as you might know, already figured, I'm gonna be using some of these to finish up the station area. But that will be later. So we have stuff coming up, and again, these ones you have some really nice for level 1 as well. So if you like it, you can historicalize. So I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna be adding some here as well at the front, and I need the straight now. Go to the lowest one from here. I think I'm gonna go to this point, and they're gonna choose the curve 90 degrees, so it's locked. I hit this. Perfect. Then I'm gonna use this one and connect it. I'm actually using these ones, the white ones, or maybe I'm gonna use the one with the grass. It looks nicer for a mall. Let's upgrade these. Actually, that one looked better without the grass because of the tram stop, so I'm gonna keep it like that. And let's take the grass again. Now go 90 degrees. And hopefully it does not wanna, so what I'm gonna have to do is go a little bit with this, take this one, connect it straight. Then I'm gonna take from here, curved, just, I have to hit this and then curve it back. Okay, so our mall is nicely ready. I really like these shops. I would prefer if it was facing the other way. So to force it doing that, what I'm gonna be doing is, let's remove it. I'm gonna turn off the zoning on this street right here. So to force everything facing the main street. Uh, okay, so this should do it here. Should be the other way here. Perfect. So now it should face this one and we'll see. Let's play again. I'm gonna put a path behind this. I'll do it. One more thing that I noticed actually, for our education, we need a high school, and I was thinking actually this will be a really good spot for high school right here. Um, just to give it a more of a nicer entrance, let's use the one with the grass. Just gonna go a little bit in. And for this, what I'm gonna be using is this high school from the Africa Content Creator map. It's a really nice asset. Looks super nice, modern, and they do look the look and feel of it. Let's add a parking right here. Maybe I'm gonna. This is too big. Maybe can we squeeze this one? Oh, perfect. So let's do it right here. Then I'm gonna add some more sports field at the back. So I'm gonna be using the trees again. Let's see what kind of sport fields we want to use first. We have the soccer one right here. We have American football, so maybe we're gonna put a baseball field right here. So let's go. Actually looks nice against this here and open to this area instead. Okay, yeah, I think open to this area is nice as well. So let's go a little bit further down here. And let's take our baseball. And I'm gonna bring this one a little bit further in. I just want this but regular. And here I want some more parking, so let's grab them. Perfect. I'll finish detailing this later on in the game. And as you can see, actually, our idea worked, and these are facing the main road, which is perfect. Let's make this one historical. Maybe I'll wait for this one to upgrade. And now we have one of the restaurants, which is perfect. And now what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to mass zone this since I already got some of the corner ones I wanted. Maybe I'll be more specific. I'll keep a 3x3 here. Yeah, let's see what we're gonna get. That cafe looks super nice at the corner, so I'm gonna make it historical. Also, let's add a tram stop since especially for this line here. And we might add in one more stop here just before. And then I think I'm gonna add another stop right here. Okay, so these are good. Now we can concentrate on adding our low density housing. So I'm gonna paint a district. It's gonna be another European suburbia. I was thinking about using the vanilla assets, but I have to be very, very careful with them since I need to be very choosy of what assets are coming in and what kind I want to keep or not keep. So to not waste time, I'm just gonna do the European suburbia because usually I don't have the issue with removing or deleting them. I'm just happy with everything that comes through it. It looks homogeneous, it looks nice. Let's trim. I'm gonna put more here anyway, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna deal with this later on. Maybe I'm just gonna put the high school in this district as well. Okay. Paint it over European suburbia. Where is it? Oh, it's the first one. Don't worry about the names. I'm gonna be changing them and let's add more frames right here. For that, I have to go a little bit lower. No, not really sure. I'm not happy with this. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna come from here. These two, I don't like having them, so I'm gonna go in here. This will go to here. I'm gonna have a little bit of a park area right here, so I don't think I'm gonna put anything for now. Let's maybe add one more. Can I force it to here? Let's use the grid first. Go straight. No, it does not want to create a new nodes there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm at 90, just come, oh, it's off 90. And then I'm gonna, from here, I'm gonna do a big sweep to this. And then from there, connect it back. And let's just add some houses. Again, I'm not gonna mass zone everything right away. I'm gonna be going slowly. This actually, if it turns off, might be better. So let's remove the zoning from here. So it gives us bigger lots on both sides. I'm gonna zone this one right here. I'm gonna use zone this, maybe zone this. Maybe I'm gonna turn off this one as well. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, that's better. So we'll get a little bit bigger plots. Just gonna remove this one. This is gonna be a bigger one. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I'm paused. I don't know why. Okay, we'll keep the simulation going on, and hopefully once these homes come online, we can get our do we have a 2x4? Let's check. I'm gonna go 2x4 here, and another one big here. Here we have a little bit of repetition. I don't really hate it. So I'm gonna make one here, and I'm gonna wait to see what other options are gonna get here. Here we have the one with the nice back patio. So this one I'll wait for it to upgrade. The small area is coming together. We have some people using this already, which is nice to see. Let's see how many people are gonna come off. And actually this portion looks perfect for the length of the tram that we're using. So okay, they do have to connect right here. So I'm happy I actually connected the walkways with it. Perfect. These are coming online. I also want to give pedestrians and bikers an option to go to the back right here. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using this area right here to create an underpass. So I'm gonna pause the game again. I'm gonna take our pedestrian area. I'm gonna go. Oh, we have problems. So I'm just gonna remove this. Remove this for now. Can I go? No, it's still have an issue. Okay. I'm gonna use grids. So go all the way here. I think to the middle right here, all the way back, and then to the middle. Perfect. Symmetrical, and then I'm just gonna go down all the way here and here. And I'm just gonna connect it to this area right here so people can come out from the other area. I'm just gonna connect this one back in. I'm just gonna connect. Let's remove the grid. Go a little bit closer. Then from here, connect it here. Perfect. We have this connected. For the bike path, I think I'm gonna connect it somewhere here and then somewhere here. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna take this bike path and just take it all along this area right here, just below the highway. And then I think I'm gonna go freeform. Let's go. Our 180, perfect. Then from here, let's go down. I also want to connect this area. Can we use the curve one instead? It's giving me a hard time. Yep, just there. Then from here, freeform and connect it to here, perfect. And let's go down, and then I think I'm gonna connect it with a tunnel here. So I think I'm gonna start somewhere here. No, it's giving me a hard time. Let's check. Maybe from here. Wait. I'm gonna remove the grid and everything so I can be more flexible. Okay. Then let's connect it. And hopefully people will be using this one. Let's see if people will use it. Hopefully they will. I'm gonna do the same thing here. So from this point, should I run it with this one? Maybe I'll run it next to it. Oh, it does get long. Oh, perfect. Right there. Let's see if we can. Straight. I need these until we're just out here. Uh, okay, perfect. It's not straight. Does it have to? Yes. So I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this section, and let's go to our curved guidelines. 80. Okay, that's better. Start play again. So I'm gonna let the simulation run a little bit once these develop, and then we'll come back and discuss the episode and what we've done so far and the next steps that we're gonna be doing. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so while this is developing, I would like to also do some small changes to this area. As I noticed, I did not have any childcare and elder care facilities right here, because if we go to our info view and we go to health, you can see my average health is 73%. It can get better because if I go to childcare, it's only at 79. We only have one right now, and I would like to add another one. And elder care, I'm only at 66%. So what do these add? So for the childcare, it actually helps with new babies being born and being healthy. So we kind of promote a little bit more people getting born into your city and keep them healthy than go into the hospital. And for for the elder care, it kind of pushes the age a little bit more and helps with the healthcare as well. And also it kind of helps with that death wave that comes in, where it staggers a little bit more instead of having it all at once. I think right here in this corner looks like a good place for these two facilities. So I'm gonna go choose our elder care right here, which perfectly fits in this corner right here. And I think I'm just gonna place the childcare right in this corner. Just put it almost not right here, because I want to make sure that I'm still able to squeeze in a path behind here. Let's just see if I can do it. Make sure that everything is off so I have full freedom. And I'm just gonna go. Perfect, it does work. So I'm happy with this position right here. Also, I would like to extend this key along the river. So I'm gonna go to my landscaping, and it's in the content creator options, and it was this one right here. So I'm just gonna take it. First, let's turn back this. It was going straight. Maybe I'm gonna use the guidelines because it actually helps with these. So I'm gonna go until here. Let's start. I wanna right against from here, curved. So at 90, curve it a little bit. Maybe go a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better. From here, I can go straight more until I hit this point. Maybe I'll go straight a little bit more here until I hit here, and then I'm gonna take my curve until I hit this point and curve it until it meets. And yeah, perfect. That looks good. I'm gonna push the river against it a little bit for sure. I'm gonna pause because I want it to go a little bit further this way, and I need to remove this bridge. From here, I just wanna go straight, I think, to this point right here. But for that, I need to remove this bridge. So pause, let's just remove it for now. Let's take this straight, maybe to here. And now I notice that this road is going a little bit up and down. So what I'm gonna do while I'm posed, I'm gonna remove it. Let's take our straight here. I'm just gonna go a little bit to this point. Let's see. It still went up. Maybe if I go a little bit more. I think that looks a little bit better, but it still went a little bit up. But let's connect it here, and hopefully this will force it down. It still has that slight bump, but I think this is a little bit nitpicking, so let's leave it like that. I'm gonna go back to my train line. Before that, let's push the river a little bit against this wall right here. So I'm gonna take this height, and I'm gonna push the river against the wall. Perfect. Then I'm gonna, maybe I'll push, no, I'll wait. Then I'm gonna take my train line. I wanna make sure I'm still without guidelines and not road length, so I can do the maximum. I can go right here, and also the lowest elevation step right here. So make sure I'm at 90. It's a little bit high. I think it's because the river, I'm gonna wait until the river stabilizes a little bit and then redo it. Okay, actually that looks perfect. Good. Let's press play, and I'm gonna add more of my housing here. Let's just go all the way here, and I'm gonna add one more here. And I let them upgrade a little bit. Also, let's continue working on our area right here. What I want to do actually is mix in a little bit of office building right here. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna add a 3x3 first, and then I'll see what things comes in, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna keep it or not. Also, I really like this building, so I'm gonna make it historical right here, and I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. This one I'm gonna leave to upgrade until level 3. This one as well, I'm gonna wait. Maybe I'm gonna make it historical, but change it to the second variation with the restaurant at the back. Perfect. The other thing I wanted to discuss, when the tram stops, it does not connect properly to the street here. People actually get off and they have to walk all the way to this walkway that we made before they can connect, as you can see. And I think it's creating a little bit of a disconnect directly with here. So I would like to fix it. You see how they have to go all the way to the sidewalks first that I created before they can connect. So to fix this, let's just remove all of this, all these. I'm gonna delete here, 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 and here. And I'm gonna go to our one-way tram street. Was it here? Yes, this one. I'm gonna upgrade this one, change the direction, and to keep it the same everywhere, I'm gonna go to my one-way, and I'm gonna change all these streets to a one-way system. So let's upgrade this one to a one-way. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. And let's make sure it's the right direction. So it's going down here, sorry, and then down here, and then down this way. I'm gonna do the opposite here. I want it to go this way. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, I think this is exactly what I wanted. Maybe I'll change, no. Maybe I'll change this one to a one-way system as well, so traffic does not come in here, it only goes out. So let's upgrade and then change the direction. Perfect. Now we have this right here. I'm gonna go grab my tram line, and hopefully we can just connect it right here. I'm gonna change this one to 30 degrees, 120. Perfect. And let's go here. We have 90, and just turn a little bit toward this area. And from here we can see if we can go. $180. Okay, that does not look too bad. Make sure we have the right. What's the problem here? Oh, sorry. We have to make this a one-way street and not a one-way tram road. Yeah, like that. Okay. And now we just have to connect back the line. So we're just gonna take this stop. It moved. We're gonna drag it to here. Perfect. And now we have it connected on the right side. And I'm gonna put this one here. Let's go back to grid. to make a nice stop right here, and then in our detailing time lapse I can do all these concrete right here. Perfect. I'll do the detailing at the end of the episode. Now this is connected. I'm gonna press play again. Also, I would like to use to add more commercial. So I want to make sure it's facing the right way. So I'm gonna turn off the zoning on one of the ways here. So I'm just gonna go toggle and see. So this is the wrong side. Now it's the right side. Perfect. And we'll add another. Let's try a 3x4 and see what we're gonna get. Maybe I'm gonna turn off the zone in here so we can get a bigger. So wrong one. I'm just gonna turn it all off. Perfect. And let's add another. Maybe right here a 2x, or like just go like this for now. I'm gonna remove this. Also, we'd like to add some parking since we don't have parking in this mall area. I'm gonna start from the corner. Maybe this much. And here we're gonna mix and match with our these are too big, so I'm gonna use these. And with some detailing, it should look good. One here and one here, and I'll do the detailing afterwards. Oh, perfect. This is exactly the one I wanted. This cafe, it looks perfect in this corner. And let's add one more 4x4 right here. Here, I'm not getting the one I want, so I'm gonna remove this one. And let's add more housing in this area right here. Also here. Maybe I'll turn off the, let's see if we can do it, just the regular road right here, so we can force this one to be a bigger. But if I do, it's gonna turn off the zoning right here. It's fine. I think I'm just gonna put a park at this corner instead. Maybe a community garden. Yeah. And let's add more zone in here. So this area is coming up nicely. We also can add a little bit more zoning right here. I'm gonna turn off this corner right here. Before this, the only way you could have turned the actual zone where this is the 3-row, the asymmetrical. And I noticed we're using the wrong ones anyway, so let's turn off one side. No. Yes. And then we have to change the direction right here. So I'm gonna change the direction here. Now we have the right directions. It's right here. Perfect. Okay. Now we have the right ones everywhere. Why did it change the... I think because they changed the direction. So we have to go back to it. Sorry. This one. Let's upgrade. Okay. And add. And let's see what kind of... And I'm gonna add one more house here. And let's see what kind of commercial we're gonna get here. Also, this is a biking route, so I want to keep this as a biking route. So we're gonna go to our... It was the 2-lane with bike path. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna choose it, and I'm gonna upgrade. Make sure that my zoning is the right one. And this will also remove the parking on this main road, which is exactly what I wanted. All the way here. Perfect. Let's push the... Oh, let's push the river right here. So I'm gonna choose this one, maybe a little bit on the lower side, similar to this point right here. And just push it against the key to have that nice seafront seawall. Also, I would like to extend this wall right here against this road, so to protect the road from the river. Maybe I don't have to pause. For this one, I'm just using the vanilla one, so I'm gonna go here, and it's from here, and I'm gonna go to this point right here. From here, I'm gonna... Actually, it's still going straight, so let's keep straight to this point. From here, we're gonna take the curve. We're gonna go at 90. It's a little bit too tight, so I'm gonna take it from here. Go at 90 until I hit this. And hopefully it's just gonna connect. Perfect. And from here, it's gonna go straight. And from here, curve. Let's straight a little bit here. And then curve from here to this point. Perfect. And eventually I'm gonna go a little bit further here once this road comes along this way. Let's do the same thing over here with this one. So this one, we're going with this one right here, a simple city key. So I'm just gonna go first straight. And I think I'm gonna finish it here and have just a natural front right here. And let's just make it look nice by pushing the river a little bit right here. This is the height I'm looking for. And let's push this one. And we'll do the same thing here. Let's push the river a little bit. Once the water adjusts itself, it should all look nice. And as you can see, we did not change the river too much, so the general shape, it's still the same, and I try to keep the width a little bit the same all over, so it looks a little bit more on the natural side. Maybe I'm just gonna push a little bit over here. Okay, that looks better. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it this way. A little bit. We'll give the water a little bit of time to readjust itself. Now, let's see what we got here. This is one I like, but I'm gonna let it develop to level 2. I like this one here. I'm gonna keep it. And let's add one more right here. I like this building, so let's keep it the same, and let's add one more office space right here. I'm hoping there will be a little bit of space for the cars or like the trucks to come to this back area to make it look more realistic, so hopefully we're gonna have that. Let's check what we got here. This one is good, we'll keep it. This one is good, we'll keep it. We need a little bit more residential. Did we turn off the residential here? We did. So let's go back to our asymmetrical three-way. Make sure it's on both sides. Perfect. And then let's add our homes all over this place. We have an issue here as well. I'm gonna remove this one. This is all good. Okay, we'll wait for this to come. I'm gonna add a little bit more commercial if it's needed right here. We still have a little bit more residential demand, so I think I'm gonna add those single 1x2s right here. Maybe I'm gonna do no, I think the 2x2s. Again, I'm gonna be very specific about the ones I like. And holy shit, look at this tram stop. Okay, let's pause the game. I'm gonna check this tram stop right here. There is a huge line of people. Waiting for the tram here. So I'm gonna go to my transport roads. And this is the T11. We have 416 people waiting. This is crazy. And here we have 505. Okay, this is a little bit more than expected. The good thing, we only have 4 trams running. I'm gonna go up to 8 now that the line is a little bit longer. And I think this should really clear up the amount of people. Let's press play, and we're gonna wait for it to... I did not expect it to be this crazy, but it's good to see people using transit. Again, for this right here, I'm gonna be very specific about the assets that are coming in. And I'll show you exactly which ones I wanna be using in this area to complement this Brentwood development. Right here, I'm gonna keep this open space without any development. It will just be a big park. So I'm gonna be adding, for example, one of the ones I really wanted to add was the yoga. Or was it? Was it here? No. It was the yoga garden. Oh, sorry. That's in the health one. Now I remember. This one right here. I'm gonna add a yoga garden just directly with this, and it's perfect so people can enjoy the view. as well. Also, I'm going to add more parks in the detail and time lapse around here, and I'm going to add some walkways and connect the key as well so people can be using this. So the assets I'm looking for are these looking townhouses kind of asset. I used them before as well. I really like them. So make sure make them historical and remove these ones that don't match with the vibe we're going for. So I'm gonna be doing this off camera. I'll wait for this to develop as well. I'm gonna keep making sure my res- commercial assets. So this one I'm not gonna make historical because it does not look good. Same thing for this one. I'm gonna wait for level 2. I'm gonna add a little bit more, not too much, just whatever it's needed. Also, um, I'm not sure if we're gonna have time to develop this side of the train tracks. I think this episode I will concentrate on finalizing this area on this side, and then we'll do that next episode when we do our airport right here, because I want to do kind of a business, yeah, business center, hotels as well, that usually you find closer to airports right here, but I think that will be next episode. So for now, I'm gonna do whack-a-mole with these, and then we're gonna go into detail and time lapse, and that will be it for the episode, and we'll meet at the end and we'll discuss quickly what we've done so far. So stay tuned.
Blushing like the sunset in your eyes, floating like a halo paradise. Somehow you make all the wrong things right. Now that I got you, we could burn it down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. Look at what we found, 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 found. For you I'm always down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. Look at what we found, 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 found. For you I'm always down, 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 down. We could burn it down.
So this is a good place to wrap our episode. So let's quickly review what we've done so far. As you remember, we expanded our residential area right here with these assets from the Green Cities DLC. We also expanded the low density area right here as well. We added an elder care and a child care facilities as we were needing them, and we'll check the statistics in a minute regarding those. We also added a high school right here with some parking, fencing, and trees just to bring this campus together. Also, we expanded our tram network going down our main street right here over to our new plaza or shopping area on the main street. Carefully placed and chosen commercial assets. Whenever I see something I like, I just go ahead and make it historical or wait for something to come up or just remove it and wait for the next one to come up. Same thing on the side of the street. For our plaza right here, I added this unique building, and it works really well with the shopping assets from the shopping mall CCP. I try to make sure I get these nice restaurants and cafes assets as well, mixed with the bigger shopping assets, with some offices as well, as we had a little bit of of office demand, which is the same as the industrial demand. Really light detailing with some fencing and trees all over, separating the residential from the shopping area here as well. And along this track, I just added some rock formation right here to create this retention wall. As you might know, we don't have access to the line tool as PC players, so you have to do it by hand. And you can see I've done this by hand. It took a while, but I'm really happy with the end result right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side eventually once I get to this area. On our waterfront area, this river, a seawall with some paths and a bike path. I'm trying not to go straight and create some waves to give it a little bit more personality with some very light detailing and carefully placed trees, some parks along as well to satisfy the need of our resident, and this beautiful yoga area right here facing the river. As the bike path continues, I created a bridge right here to connect our this side on the other side. As you can see, it's already been used, which is amazing. I try to always connect my bridge bike paths next to existing bridges, because in real life sometimes they are just additions on the side of a bridge. So I'm trying to emulate that one as well. And from here, just continue this cycling superhighway all the way to our farming area on this side. I made sure to rectify these after changing from highways to streets, making these slopes smoother. Same thing on the other side, just like nice and smooth slopes. And as you might remember, the biggest thing we've done so far this episode was to build this big interchange connecting our major road networks from this highway right here, connecting to the main highway and the outside connections, the highways coming from this side of the city, and all these road networks coming together here as well. Eventually, we're going to be detailing this later on once we build our airport right here and expand this area, which is going to be next episode. As you might remember, during the time lapse when I was building this, I did a commentary which is a little bit different for me. So let me know down in the comment if you prefer whenever I'm building big infrastructure to explain what I'm doing, or you prefer if I go into detail and do that instead, or you just prefer a time lapse with the music similar to our detailing time lapse. So yeah, this is it for this episode. Let's check quickly on our statistics. Remember, we started with 91%. As you can see, traffic improved to 93%. We had some major, not traffic that stops, but traffic slowed down a lot in here because it was one of the few options for our traffic, and now they have multiple options to get to this side as well, and also this right here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this intersection to see how it's gonna behave, and now traffic is moving between 92 and 93%, which is quite good. Also for our healthcare, we started with the 68%. Now it's at 75%, so we did improve. The childcare improved as well since we put this one right here, and the elder care as well. We're still a little bit lagging, but I think once we add some more on this side as well, it should get better. I just noticed I have to go through our basic needs for our city, and to make sure this next episode we have electricity and water and sewage and all of that to satisfy the demand before we start expanding. But that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching again. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and this expansion. Please let me know down in the comments what you think and what you would like to see in the future. I'm always open for suggestions. Please like and subscribe. This is a very easy way to support me. I'm trying to reach the 500 subscribers by the end of this year, so I really appreciate all the help. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week, and see you next time. Bye.